Welcome to another fantastic commentary by yours truly. We like to call this show not spitting kernels out of your mouth, but rub a dub. Yes, I was eating popcorn earlier. You caught me, and I have caught you at the perfect opportunity to give you my point of view. And it's easy to do because what else am I supposed to do? Anyways, this commentary, just like Andy Rooney, but a lot younger. And more importantly, alive. So, no offense to Andy Rooney, I was a big fan of his writing. But for all your first time viewers, today is Wednesday, November 9th. My name's Rob. I'll be your host. And I will be walking yourself through three very simple and easy to listen to comments on today's top stories. Story number one. I was a huge boxing fan growing up, and Smoking Joe Frasier, Smokey like he's a bear, Smoking Joe Frasier was the upper echelon of boxing icons. I would say probably top two boxers of all time, only behind Ali. But I can't really say more about how great of a boxer he was, except for the fact that he did die at the age of 67 of liver cancer. And it is kind of sad that someone with such legendary presence goes away without a whimper to a sport where he leaves behind with no one really to even possibly fill the void that Ali and Fraser type of spectacle created for the sport of boxing. I know for a fact that I will never be a boxing fan again, unless Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao possibly tankle in the ring. That would bring my attention full circle right back. But Smokey Joe Fraser, my thoughts and prayers and regrets for not talking about you while you were alive, because really, it's always too late for people really gain notice. Story number two is a very simple one. Andres Berlusconi. Yes, Mr. Berlusconi. The infamous Berlusconi. He, he's pretty much in the news again, causing all mass disturbance. No, he's deciding to resign. Yay! No, Berlusconi had a vote last Friday, and basically his side was the minority, so he was probably going to have to go to a confidence vote and probably be voted not favorably for him, and basically it would just be a matter of time before he would get voted out, since a non-confidence vote would basically mean that no one was listening to the head of state or president of the country. And Italy, which isn't in the greatest of states, where Berlusconi's leaving them kind of high and dry, so to speak, with the possibly joining the ranks of Ireland, Greece, and Portugal as people that are going to possibly ruin the European economy. No, seriously, need a bailout because their debt is huge. More importantly, though, he brought to Berlusconi's reign for me, he brought to light one of my favorite words. It's bunga bunga. Bunga bunga. I don't know why I do the Jersey Shore fist pump, but bunga bunga. Bunga bunga parties. It's kind of a nice word. I liked it. But it, yeah, those parties weren't good. Underage women. Not really a great thing for someone of his ranking and authority to be throwing those types of parties, especially when they get exposed. I'm surprised he actually lasted this long. Story number three, and our final story of the day. And there's a lot to cover as of YouTube's upgrade yesterday. I wasn't able to do a show, but I'm going to choose Occupy Toronto. because I'm Torontonian. And I'm just going to kind of cover the whole Occupy movement. We got a 23-year-old lady dying of an overdose over the weekend in Occupy Vancouver. And then we had last week on Thursday the savage violence of Occupy Oakland. Occupy San Diego, a hot dog vendor was basically vandalized and, let's just say, unsanitarily urinated on. I'm not joking. Don't do that for laughs. And Occupy Toronto, full circle. Yes, an unconfirmed drug overdose at the actual campsite, just like in Vancouver. I can't really confirm if it was a male or a female or the age, but this is Toronto. It doesn't surprise me. Uh, I gotta admit, I'm a big supporter of bringing to justice the people in the financial industry that has literally crumbled the economy due to their shoddy decisions and silly choices. But I am not enjoying the direction that this movement has been heading towards. I feel like it's a bunch of non essential goons that are basically tarnishing the name and slandering the whole movement and making it look a lot worse than it really is. And I'm not a Tyler Durden type of guy, which, if you ever seen Fight Club, the end of just blowing up all the actual financial industries. Don't think I want to do that, but with the way that this movement is going, I really think that it's not a far off reality, because it's never going to come to justice. I really am starting to think that this whole movement is going to look a lot sillier than maybe it should be remembered for. But that's all for me today. I would like to know your views, your comments, and your concerns on my very dark video. But ultimately, a much needed critique of today's top news stories. I'd like to hear more from you, and possibly find out what you thought of what I was talking about. Because after all, this is a discussion, and I'd love to learn more about what society thinks. Until next time, I'll see you then.